So hello and welcome back to Blake's Den. This is my new to me Bateson car transporter trailer, tilt bed, 16 foot long. It doesn't have a car on it, as you can tell. Ignore the stuff which is on there for now, that's not even my stuff. But in one of my previous videos I bought a winch, a Warn winch, which I repaired and fitted up. And I'm thinking, I want to fit this to this trailer. The trailer comes with a hand winch, which is fine, it works, but who likes winding things on by hand when you can do it automatically with a motor? So my plan is to try and somehow put the Warn winch onto here, and I think I've got a cunning idea. So these two channels in the middle here have got holes in, and those holes are for the adjustable wheel chocks. So I've actually got them back to front at the moment, but they're on a big long bar with sort of a post underneath, and then you can move that backwards and forwards. But I'm wondering if I can reuse the two holes closest to the head of the trailer to mount the winch on. So if you haven't seen my winch video, go and check it out now. One thing the winch came with was a Land Rover Defender winch bumper, which is currently sitting down here on the floor. Now, the four holes in the rectangular pattern in the middle, they mount the winch, and then beyond that you've got the rollers to let the cable in and out nice and smoothly and stop it rubbing. I'm thinking if I take this, chop off the end, I've got the plate in the middle, I drill two new holes in which match up with those channels on the trailer, drop that on, bolt it on, job done. The advantage would be as well that the winch would be removable should I ever need to take it off to fit something large on, or if I just don't want to leave it outside in the rain. So that is my plan. Let's see if we can make it work. I'm not too sure how this is going to come out because it's getting quite dark now out here, but that is a bit of a mock-up of what I was thinking. So I've dropped the bumper on. When you look at the front, it's almost perfect, I think. The roller sits on the deck and there is an air gap underneath the winch, but that's fine. And obviously be bolted onto there. Come around this side, I can reuse one of the existing holes, so that one in the middle there. The other side I will have to drill out. Now, if I do that method, the winch actually won't be symmetrical to the trailer. I don't know how well that shows up, but it's going to be slightly offset to one side. That doesn't bother me for the sake of saving a hole to drill. Yeah, I'll go with that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark this up to drill the hole out, and then I'll get this into the garage and get it drilled. Back in the relative light of the garage, you can sort of see the underside. So that one is there, I'm going to reuse and bore it out bigger. And that is the new hole I need to drill. It's a bit close to that one. The edge dimension, edge to edge, is probably non-compliant to British standards, but all my force will be going that way, not that way. So I think we'll be all right. Now I've got to drill this. I've just measured it with my vernier calipers, and it's 6.5mm plate. So pretty sturdy stuff, but when you think it's got to be able to pull a Land Rover out of a big pile of mud, yeah, it's got to be fairly strong. So I'm going to get these holes, or get the hole centre punched, get the big drill out and set to. That's those holes drilled. I ended up using my smaller of my two corded drills and a step drill bit, something like that, which is still quite warm. On further inspection, I'm not happy with that, how close it is to there. What I'm going to do is, when I've got the grinder out and cutting these ends off, I'll whiz back the paint and I'll just weld up that hole. It's no problem then. So yeah, right, next stage is probably cut these bits off. I was contemplating just leaving them on, but one, they make it quite heavy, and two, they are quite rusty. So yeah, let's just take them off. Now a few days later and I'm back in the daylight, so I'm going to cut this down to size. I'm going to use my new Parkside 20 volt angle grinder, which seems actually really good, really quite light. See how long the battery lasts. It'll be a bit of a workout for this on the 6mm stuff, but quite a lot of it is also rust, so might not take too much cutting. But yeah, I'll get that cut, and I'll also take the number plate bit off the front because I don't need that either. That's now trimmed down to size. We've added some lightness. It's amazing how heavy rust is. I mean, you can see how bad it was. Big flaky bits of rust all over the floor. The number plate bit just bolted on, so I just had to undo the rope guide, and then that came out. That's for the grinder. Fantastic. So I was running it with a 2Ah battery and it was struggling a bit. I swapped to the 4Ah from my impact gun and it was as good as my wired Bosch grinder. So yeah, really happy with that. Right, over to the trailer and we'll go for a trial fit. Tickled the holes out on the trailer with a cone drill bit, which is a bit like a step drill bit, but there you go. Ignore him. But without the steps. The holes line up, which is good, so then I'm going to mount this on using these big bolts, and they come with some rubber washers, so the rubber washers will go between the winch and the trailer. So come back in a second and it'll be mounted. That is now mounted and I'm really happy with that. Just looks right. I haven't whizzed up the bolts too tight yet, and obviously I need to drop the winch on, but yeah, that looks alright. Now, what I'm worried about is these holes. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but some of them are a bit egged out anyway, and I don't think what this bolt through is particularly thick. So what I'm thinking is if I weld on a piece of angle here, which sort of sticks out and then picks up the back of here, it'd mean that all the force going that way from the winch would also be reacted into this bar here. And obviously I could do the same on the other side. I can't do too big though because I've got the peg which controls, well, stops the deck from tilting. So I'm going to have a bit of a scratch in my head and think what I can do there just to make it a bit more secure. Right, I've had what I think is a genius idea. So you can see these holes here with original chassis mounts for the bumper on the Land Rover. Big long bolts all the way through, bolts up either side of the chassis rail. They are almost the same height as that bar. So what I was thinking was, if I had like a D shackle like that, put the D shackle around there and through that hole, and as long as I got it the right size, that would be nice and tight against here, and it would help to resist the force of the winch. That's the only one I've got. It's a bit small. I will not be able to get another one because it's Sunday afternoon, but I think that's what I will do. But I'm quite keen to test this winch properly, so I'm going to actually mount the winch, take this back off, mount the winch and give it a go. And there it is mounted. I'm really happy with that, how it looks. See, it's removable. You need to be pretty strong to lift it off, but it is removable should I need the extra bed space, or if I'm leaving the trailer outside for a long time I don't want it exposed to the weather. So shall I give this a test? I'm thinking about trying to move something with the winch. So first I'll get it set up, I'll connect my battery. Oh, and this is the cover for the controller. I've lost a cover for it, or it didn't come with one. That is a battery terminal cover you get when you buy a new 12-volt battery, and it comes in a box and delivered to you. So, right, I'm going to connect this up, put the winch out and see what happens. Right, bit of a real world test. I've got some Armco barriers on the trailer. It's probably weigh about 40 kilos each, and there's 10 of them, so that's 400 kilos. So I've wound the winch out and I've attached it to the other end. I've got the winch controller here and I've got my 12-volt battery there. That battery's off a Mini. It's not very powerful and hasn't been charged for a while. So we'll see how it goes. So let's take up the slack. Give me a second, let me reposition the winch cable. few seconds. Right. Let's see what happens. So, alright, okay, it's getting the tension in it now. Let's see if they slide. Yes, they do, would be the answer. Obviously, you can hear the winch struggling a bit. It's only on a small battery. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't want to winch it anymore, it'll be in the way. So, good. What else can I winch? Well, I am really pleased with how that's gone. I think the installation looks fairly neat. It works, which is the main thing. So if you haven't seen it, I bought this winch for £48. It was completely seized. And now it's not, now it's working. And it's mounted to my trailer. And I can remove it. For example, if I wanted to put it on the Defender, I can do. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Still more work to do. I need to clean it all up and take all the rough edges off and everything like that. But to be honest, it's functional as it is. I also need to put the shackles on at the back just to give it that bit more support. But yeah, I'm happy, really happy. So I think with that, I'll end the video. I was going to show the painting and the prettying of it, but to be honest, I think it's going to stay like this for some time, and then I'll probably paint it in the future. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, press the like button. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.